Welcome to Inside Builder channel, large language model automators, Python experts, and my dear friends. Google Bard GUI free and paid API first look. Unveiling the Vertex AI platform inside Google Cloud Platform console. Recently, the media had turned a buzz about the reverse engineering of the Google Bard, the GUI, the web GUI, and the developers were able to get access to the Bard output through this particular API reverse engineering. The concept here is that there is a particular requirement of an API key. You can actually get it from the browser, that is using the cookie session. You can get the API key and you can use that API key inside the Python execution environment and get the Bard output for all the prompts that you are providing. This is the key point about the reverse engineering process. We'll be seeing how it is being done, and the first person who had done the reverse engineering is Archeong08, and the GitHub repo link is provided here. And on top of it, Daniel Park had done further updates and he had made the API little more easier. Basically, these are libraries. These are the Bard and Bard API are the libraries, Python libraries that you can import using pip, and then you can start working with it in the Python execution environment. We'll be seeing how to get the API key in a couple of minutes. As I was digging deeper into the story, I came across Y Combinator story also, where the discussion regarding this particular GitHub repo, especially this particular GitHub repo. As I was, let me go to the GitHub repo for a moment. This is the Bard GUI. If I, just a minute. As I was making this particular, as I started making this particular video and I started looking for the repo, I found that this particular repo had already got a stars of 860. So this repo is becoming really, more famous. At the same time, Daniel Park repo is also becoming more famous. The point I am trying to make here is that not this one. So this is one of another repositories maintained by Daniel Park that we will discuss in a couple of minutes. This is the repo. It has got 755 stars, and they've done a good job in getting the particular the library called as Bard API out there using the pip installation. Now let us go back to the PDF. The reason why I was discussing the background of this is that I want to give credit to people who have worked, and moreover, Archeong by himself had not come up with this particular reverse engineering. Someone else had already done the groundwork on that. He mentions this inside his repository also. So the developers as a whole have worked together to bring a very good experience for the users. So keep that in mind and use it wisely and responsibly. One more additional point, Bard has a very good performance compared to ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4. So Bard is in middle of 3.5 and 4. Okay, and so as I was going through this Y Combinator discussion, first of all, I was getting the information regarding these developers, and also I realized from various discussions, also one of the Google employee had mentioned about that Google has already released the API for text generation model, and it is under Vertex AI. So sorry about this typo error here. It is Vertex AI platform, and inside the Vertex AI platform, inside the Google, so you see this platform here. This particular platform comes under Model Garden inside the Google Cloud platform, and from there you can get access to it. So we'll be looking at that in a couple of minutes, but I just want to give a brief overview. And then both the above options, like whether you are going to use Vertex AI, whether you are going to use Bard API, we can get the outputs inside the Python execution environment. Basically, you can create Python scripts by using the API keys. That is what all this means, all this points towards. And there is a colab notebook. As usual, I always insist that I believe in people practicing, and the setup that I provide is geared towards helping you guys to practice. And first and foremost, it is always the Google Colab notebook. And this Colab notebook that I have shared here already contains the necessary code for both the free API that is using Bard API and also the paid API using the Vertex AI library. So both of these things, we will look at it in a couple of minutes. And I believe that you like this video. Do leave a like and share it with others. And Bard LLM is a new technology. At least in India, it came into the access to Bard came in the last week, and it is gaining followers left and right. So and also on top of it, the API is already available. So this is one of the cool things about Bard right now. So you can start writing scripts with Python. And in addition, let me go back to the browser for a moment. As I mistakenly showed you guys that Daniel Park has a complete repository talking about the amazing Bard prompts. So these are all prompts that has been I shouldn't say reverse engineered. They have been kind of modified from ChatGPT prompts, because see, at the end of the day, both the large language models as a whole are they're just large language models. They are text generation models, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it is Bard, whether it is Open Starcoder, Open Assistant. I mean, underlying they are all neural networks. Underlying they are the neural networks with autoencoders and decoders. But yeah, when it comes to the brand, when it comes to the various companies, things change. The performance also change a bit. I'll be discussing in future. I'll be discussing about the various ways to understand the large language model performance. So stay tuned for that video. That was the primary video that I was planning to discuss first. However, when I came to know about this particular reverse engineering process, one of our viewers, one of the Insight Builder channel viewers, tipped me off about Bard API, and that is from where I started going through the trying to understand the entire scenario. Okay, so do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the further videos. With that said, I would like to go to the browser again and let us look at the Bard GUI first. So Bard GUI is pretty straightforward. It has been zoomed in a bit. You'll have a bit smaller UI, and you can take a look at the various histories that you have had till now. You can take a look at the FAQs, updates, etc. I am using dark theme. You can use light theme also, and you have to enter your prompt here. So I am going to ask what is Google Bard. Okay, let me ask and see what the output comes from the Bard LLM itself. And the same prompt we'll be using in the API also in a couple of minutes. So here you see that Google Bard is a large language model chatbot, and it is giving a lot of information regarding that. So Bard first announced at Google I/O 2023 and is currently available in English, Japanese, and Korean. It is expected to be released in more languages in the future. So this is the output that you get. You can continue working with it. You can try to Google it. You can do a lot of things from this particular GUI itself. Okay. You can also copy the output. So that is a great thing that I've seen. And yeah, ensure that you provide the feedback to the large language model, because this particular response that you're providing will actually be collected to check, okay, for this particular prompt, whether the output was good or bad. So this will help the large language model to improve. And you can also change the various drafts. So this is not the only output that has come from the large language model. There has been other outputs that has also come. So that has been also generated. So you can see the other outputs also. This is one of the neat features that I found that you guys might actually find it more informative. And also, if you ask something, let me ask something more scientific. What is nuclear reactor? Cite me the sources. Okay. Let me see what is the output I get from Bard. Because in case of Bard, there is this particular large language model has got access to the internet also, and it has been trained till 2020. Okay, now this is something that I did not expect. Okay, so as I was telling, I am not scripting these discussions. I am directly asking from as I'm making this video, I'm asking these questions. Now let me try something else. So let me first of all, what is a nuclear reactor? Let me first ask that with a question mark, and let us see what is the output that comes from Bard. Because okay, so I see that okay, it is able to tell me what is a nuclear reactor. It is able to give me a full detail. Okay, explain me nuclear reaction with citations. Okay, let me see whether I can get some citations from the Google Bard. Why I'm doing this is, if you can see that, okay, so it is unable to give me the citations. You see that what is happening is that when it comes to certain tasks, if Google Bard is unable to perform, it actually denies outright. It does not try to hallucinate. This is one of the key points I want. It does not try. Again, it can actually hallucinate also, but at this moment, whenever I am giving such things that cannot perform, it clearly responds that it is unable to help. So such things are little bit different compared to other LLMs that I have found pretty interesting with Bard. Now, this is all fine. So you guys actually might be still surprised. So you might have come to this particular video thinking about large language models, but you may not be aware of anything about large language models or AI models. If that is the case, then I would really request you guys to take a look at this particular YouTube playlist in my channel, where I discuss about the various open source models inside Hugging Face Hub. So take a look at it. Do visit Hugging Face Hub and get yourself signed up for an account there. It's pretty interesting community where you can learn a lot about large language models, especially the large language models like open source models like Open Assistant, Starcoder, etc., etc. Okay, let us go back to the PDF for a moment. So we have taken a brief introduction into the Bard GUI, that is Google Chrome GUI. Next, what you're going to do is we are going to take a look at the free API that you can get from the Bard GUI. So let us go back to the browser. And in the browser, what you're going to do is you have to press F12 on your keyboard. Okay, inside the bard.google.com, press F12. And once you press F12, what will happen is you will get this particular window. So it will be very small like this. It will not be this big. It will be small. So it will be small like this. Extend it to make it bigger. And once you extend it to make it bigger, you can see application. Just a moment. I am making it bigger. Click on application, and once you click on application, click on cookies here and then select bard.google.com. Once you select this, you will see the series of cookies here. You need to select this particular cookie. So _secure -1 PSID, not PAPISID. It is 1 PSID. So click on this, you will find a number coming down here. Okay, I don't want to share my cookie session because it has information that can provide the location details and a lot of other things. So it is better that you keep it as a secret also. Use that, and then you need to collect that particular information. The value will be in this. And once you take that, you have to then go to, just a minute, I'm going to close a couple of tabs here so that I can get some breathing space for my random access memory, or else it's going to get choked by Google Chrome. So just give me a moment. So this is the particular Jupyter notebook that I'll be using. Okay, and the Jupyter notebook that you see here has been already installed with Bard API. Once you install Bard API, you need to get that API key that I was talking about right now. You need to paste it here. Once you paste it here, you can start using that directly, and you can start asking these questions. Right. So I have asked some questions related to IPL. I have asked about who was the person who bet AlphaGo, the DeepMind artificial intelligence model. So I had discussed these things and I had got the output. So this is what I was talking about. So now the data that is coming to Google Bard GUI is getting redirected, and you are getting the output directly in this particular Jupyter notebook. So this is what I was talking about when you can actually use the free API. So this is the free API that you are talking about using Bard API or Bard library. There are limitations for this particular way of working, because the token there is a token limit, there is a limit on what kind of prompts you can create, and the output itself is not, you cannot do a lot of integrations with other systems. Like if you want to work with Llama Index, or if you want to work with LangChain, then it could be difficult to work with this particular endpoint, that is this particular class. So the option is to work with the Google paid version, that is Vertex AI platform version. For that, what we'll be doing is we'll be using still the same Google notebook, but I have to introduce you to the Google platform, the Vertex AI platform. Before we actually go through the boring part, I will show you the interesting part. So this is the chat, this is the prompt window where you can create prompts, and then you can use that prompt to submit it, and then you can change the parameters here. So all these parameters you must be knowing by now. If you are already used the large language models like ChatGPT, you must be knowing about the temperature, token limit, top K, top P, etc. All you need to do is at this moment just remember the token limit for the model is 1024, and the model that is getting used is text bison at 001. So it's not Bard. So if you are searching for Bard, you will not be finding it here. And so this is the thing, and this is the prompt that you are created, and you'll see all you need to do is click submit. So once you click submit, this particular prompt will get into action, and the task here is summarize the following conversation. So this is the task that is getting performed, and you see the output here. This is what actually happens inside the Vertex AI platform. Now, I don't want this to happen inside the Vertex AI GUI, right? I want it to be inside this area. So how to do that? It's pretty simple actually. So you have to just click on view code, and once you click view code, you will get the entire code. This is the key point that I wanted to highlight. You can see the entire code here, and you have to just copy this code from here. You can use Python colab also, and you can copy the code and paste it here and start executing it, and it starts working. You have to authenticate as a user, so this authentication has to be same as the authentication of the user that you are used here. It should be the same. Then once you use that and you provide the you copy paste the code, I'm not going to go into the details of the code at this moment. I will go into the details of the code in the next video, where I go in detail about Vertex AI platform and the way the code is getting used. So you see the most of the information is already provided to you. You have to just use it and start working with it. And when you're going to use it, you need to have a project name, and you need to have the model that you're going to use, and the same summarizing that you're doing. So you see the output that is given. This is very simple, right? But if you just follow this video till now, and if you try this, you will actually get a lot of errors, because the reason why you'll get errors is that you have to enable the API for the Vertex AI platform. So I did not tell you how to enable it. I did not tell you how to get access to Google Cloud Platform. So don't worry about that. Google Cloud Platform access is pretty simple. At least in this case, it was pretty straightforward. All you need to do is check for model garden, and inside the model garden, you will be able to get access to Vertex AI platform. And from there, it's very simple. So you see that you will get access to Vertex AI platform, and from there you can start enabling the APIs. Everything has been given right there for you guys to start working. So once you click on Vertex AI platform, you will see a lot of models that is available here. There are lots of tasks that you can do. There are lots of features, and also the foundation models that are available. I'm going to delve deeply into each of these topics, and I'll be discussing them step by step. But now you have to think about exploring the Generative AI Studio. So you can go to Generative AI Studio and click on open, and this particular window will open for you guys to start working. And also when it comes to API, in order to enable it, you can go to the same search bar at the top. You say Vertex AI API, and you will be given the necessary APIs that you need to enable. So click on that. You will be going to a separate window, and there you can enable the APIs. It's all click through process, so you don't need to worry about selecting or writing anything or giving any API keys. So just give me a moment. So yeah, once you get it, you will come here and you will start following the process, and you will be able to get the API key up, get the API access up and running. So just give me a moment. So if you guys are still facing challenges, then you can click on this three lines here. You can go to the API service, then you can go to enable API services, and then from there you can start giving searching for Vertex AI, and then you can enable it. So there are multiple ways you can enable it, and also there might be one more important hiccup that you might face, that is you may not have a project. So creating a project is as simple as, you have to just click on this particular drop down. You'll have it in your clean Google Cloud Console. Click on that, you can create your first project, and once your first project is ready, then you can do all these things step by step. So project inside Google Cloud Platform is mandatory. Without that, you may not be able to go further. So you see that you see this particular get started with Vertex AI, enable all API, recommended API. You can just click this and the APIs will be up and running for you. So you don't need to go separately and enable it one by one. Once you click on this, the series of windows will open up, and you have to just click through it and get it access ready. You can also go through these tutorials also if you would like to get more information. With that said, after your APIs, after your project, everything is ready, and if you even execute it, you might still face one final error. So there could be an error called as context evaluation mismatch or context evaluation error. This particular error can be I am still trying to find out why that error occurs, but from the various Stack Overflow and GitHub issues reading, the solution is very simple. If you get into that error, just click on runtime and restart the runtime. The error vanishes. So it should be something related to the libraries that is installed inside the Google Colab notebook, which might be conflicting with the libraries that get installed from Cloud AI platform. So that could be one of the reason. So just restarting it will get the things up and running. So with this, I believe that you guys have got a good idea on three things: the Bard GUI, the free API that you can use through Bard API library, and the paid API that you can use through Vertex AI platform. With this, and also this particular Jupyter notebook will provide you the access to work with these, work with both the code, free code as well as the paid API code. The point I want to insist again, as I always, when you see this red slide, you should know that what I'm going to insist is that you guys practice. But how to practice? What to practice in this case, Kamal, you must be thinking. That is where the idea of just a minute. So if you go to Model Garden, again go to Model Garden and go to the language, generative AI language, and there you can actually see that you can work with different prompts. So if you go to language and open it, you will be again given to this particular getting started page. You can take a look at the various already the prompt gallery that has been created. So you can open any of the prompt galleries and you can see how they have created the prompts. You see, this is the prompt that has been created, and you can send this entire news and you can summarize it in a single go. So as I was telling, one more important point, all this are going to cost you money. All these tokens are going to, pushed into the large language model, and the output is going to be reverted, right? Before you started, go to the search console, search for budget, and then ensure you set up budget and alerts. Set up a particular amount, that it could be in INR or it could be in dollars. Set it up and then start your exploration. I should have told this ahead of time, but the reason why I actually going in the reverse direction is that I want you guys to see the output that you're going to get first. And after that, once you see the output, you know what you're going to get, then the steps that is necessary for getting that output can be much faster. So that is one of the reason why I'm going the backwards. So I showed you the output first, and then I'm telling you the steps you need in order to achieve that output. So I have covered most of the most important topics that I wanted to cover in this particular introduction video about Bard API, Bard GUI, and the Vertex AI platform inside Google Cloud Console. So with that said, I would like to come to the close of this particular video, and I believe that you like this video. Do leave a like and share it, and subscribe to my channel for further updates, not just on Bard, because you must have been already seen that I work with various other ecosystem related to large language models, Python libraries, and also in the future I am planning to come up with ways to compare the models. teach you guys or to educate you guys to decide which model can be better compared to the other model. So all these are to be covered. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, do practice, start practicing, and have a great time, guys. See you.